Hi everyone, welcome to your practice today. Welcome to some time on your mat. I have a 30-minute flow prepared for you today. It'll be short, sweet, and complete. It's designed to get your body moving, get your brain tuned in for the day, and to create good energy that will carry you through. So let's start in a comfortable seated position. If sitting comfortably with your bum on the ground is not so comfortable, you might find that lifting your hips up and sitting on a folded blanket makes it a little bit easier for you. So find a way that you can sit fairly comfortably and let your left leg come in first and your right leg come in second. Hands come onto the knees, a little bit of bend in the elbows. As you inhale, draw yourself up to your full height. And as you exhale, soften your shoulders, soften the skin on your face, soften your knees. We'll do that again. As you inhale, draw yourself up to your full height. You might even bring the shoulders up to the ears. And as you exhale, settle in to your upright seated position, feeling a sense of being grounded and heavy in the hips and in the legs, and a feeling of lightness and levity through the spine and through the head and shoulders. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. It's almost like your sit bones are growing down into the ground. As you reach the crown up, that's your inhale. And as you exhale, just settle in, be content, find a spot where you can just be. If you're willing, close your eyes, tuning into the breath. Begin to deepen your breaths, and we are breathing in and out of the nose, breathing in and breathing out. Without too much ado, breathe in again and out. And as you exhale, begin to round the back. Begin to draw the navel back toward the spine and take the gaze down. As you inhale, draw yourself up fully again. A little arch in the spine. Broaden the collarbones. Again, exhale, rounding. Tuck the tail, tuck your chin. Squeeze all the breath out. Inhale, arching. Pull the shoulder blades together. Let the heart slide forward. 3 more. Exhaling. Inhaling, open the front. Exhaling, rounding the back. Inhaling, opening the front. And one more time. Exhale, rounding. And inhale, arching. Exhale, come back to your straight spine. And as you inhale, take your arms up, look up. Clasp all 10 fingers, turn your palms up and straighten your elbows. Now, if you find yourself arching here, try to just pull those ribs in just a little bit. Feel your side waist get long. Sit bones are grounded. Inhale. As you exhale, side bend to your right. Look up and over to your left. As you inhale, come back up to center, press through the palms. Belly in. Exhale, side bend. Left, look over to your right. As you inhale, come up again. Exhale, take a twist. Right hand, left knee. Left hand supports behind you. And we're going to twist the upper body. So if you find that as you twist to your left, your right knee wants to kind of join the party and come with you, try to heavy that right butt bone. Keep that right knee grounded, and we're just twisting the upper body. And release it, come back to center. Take both arms up, breathe in, belly in, sit bones are grounded, and we'll twist the other side. Left hand, right knee, and we'll take a twist. In your twist, try to keep your ears above your shoulders as opposed to sliding the head forward. Take a breath in here and come on back to center. Bring hands to heart center unless you need them on the ground for support. Lean over to your left, pick up that right leg, internally rotate the leg, and lay it back down again. Spin around to face that left knee. Take a breath in, hands at heart center unless you need them on the ground, and just lean forward. So I'm pressing my left leg firmly into the ground, lengthening up through the spine, and there's a little bit of tension here because I'd like to go further forward and support with my belly on my leg, but I'm not letting myself go that far. I'm just kind of leaning forward, bracing myself with that left leg. As you inhale, come on back up. Exhale, just lean a little left, pick up that back foot, pick up that back knee, pause a moment, and then we're going to externally rotate that right leg and bring it back to center. We'll do it on the other side. So switch the legs, let your left leg be in front, sit up nice and straight here. And as you exhale, we're going to look out over that right leg. We're going to lean over that leg, and we're going to pick up that left, internally rotate it. We're going to lay it back down again, twisting towards that right knee. Breathe in, and as you exhale, lean forward. Lean forward enough so that you feel that right buttock working and you feel that right leg having to work to brace the body from coming further forward. One more breath here. And then inhale, come back up, lean a little more to your right, pick up the back foot, pick up the back knee, working that outside of the left buttock, left low back, and we're going to externally rotate that left leg. Remember, you can use the hands if you need to, and then we'll bring that leg down. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and exhale, release. Come into downward facing dog. So from your hands and knees position, we'll just double check. Hands are shoulder width, toes are turned under, and we'll lift those bent knees, lift the buttocks, and drop the head. So let's start by walking the dog here, bending the knees one at a time, pressing through each heel and each calf. The next time the right knee is bent, leave it bent, left leg is straight, pick up the hips, breathe in. Lean the buttocks to your right, look under the left arm. Feel that delicious stretch in the left flank. Come back to center, bend your left knee, right leg is straight. Take a breath here, lift the bum. Lean the bum left, look under your right arm. And really press that right hand into the ground so you're anchoring and you're stretching away. Come back to center. Take a deep breath here, in and out. Bring your feet together, and plants allowing, lift that right leg up and back behind you. A couple breaths here. Nothing fancy. This is the posture. So press through the arms, press that left heel down, left calf back. You might flex your lifted foot. You might point the toes. You might rotate the ankle a couple times. As you inhale, extend the leg nice and long. And as you exhale, round the back, slide the shoulders over your wrists. Bring the knee to the nose and the nose to the knee. Now, if you need to bring your toenails down, you can. If you're able to lift it up, heel to the bum. And then look forward, take a breath. Right foot steps between the hands. And if it ends up down there, then you can just walk it up. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, look forward, bending that right knee. We're going to sink down into a lunge. So as the pelvis drops, the chest is going to lift, the shoulder blades are going to broaden, the mouth is going to broaden in a smile, and we'll breathe here, feeling that stretch in the back leg. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, begin to straighten the front leg. So I am not just straightening the knee, I am pushing the ground away with the strength of my right leg and buttock. It's like I'm trying to deepen the footprint into the floor. Take a breath here. As you exhale, bring the hands down and step it back into downward facing dog. From your down dog, come forward. You might round the back, come forward to your plank. Take a breath here, look straight forward. So imagine that you have a pencil in your armpit and you want to hold it there. So what would you do to hold a pencil in your armpit? The action is this. So you're trying to hold a pencil or a paper, or both, in your armpit. Take a breath in here, feeling the shoulders really plugged into the sockets. And then if you like, you can bring your knees down. Otherwise, you can keep the legs straight. As you exhale, you're going to bend the elbows and you're going to come about halfway down. Take a breath here in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Point the toes, spread your fingers, and peel the upper body off the ground. So my pelvis is on the ground. My legs are on the ground. They are rooted and strong. My elbows are a little bent. My chest is lifted. The gaze is lifted. Inhale here. As you exhale, come back down. Turn your toes under. Lift the shoulder heads. Lift your knees, lift your thighs. Press your hands. Take a breath. As you exhale, press hands and feet into the floor. More. And if you can lift all the way up to that bent elbow position, do that. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll breathe here. Breathe in and breathe out. On your next breath in, left leg up and back behind you. And again, we'll just hold it right here. So feel strong and grounded in these 3 limbs. Breathing in and out. And if you're a bit tight in the hamstring, remember you can bend that supporting leg, but let your left leg, your lifted leg, be straight. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, round. No, that's not right, is it? Yes, it is. Hang on. Do the little hand thingy. From your one-legged down dog, take a breath in. And as you exhale, round the back, slide your shoulders forward and bring the thigh to the chest. Now, if your down dog is really long, you might find that you need to shorten it a little bit here. Shoulders are over the wrists. The back is rounded. I'm pushing the ground away, and I'm kicking that heel up into the bum unless I need to put my toes down. Take another breath, and as you exhale, look a little more forward. Step that left foot up. You can walk it up if need be. Bending that front knee. Drop the pelvis toward the ground. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, and we're breathing. Breathing in and out of the nose, nice and easy. Let the shoulders drop, let the neck be long, and again, soften the expression on the face, soften the mouth, and soften the gaze. On your next exhale, begin to push the ground away, deepening that left footprint, and straightening that left knee a little bit. Straightening it until you feel enough sensation coming from that left leg. And how much, of course, is up to you. So I hope you're paying attention to how it feels as opposed to how it looks. Take another breath in. As you exhale, soften the knee bend, bring the hands down and step back into your plank pose. Now just hold your plank again for a moment. You've got paper and pen in the armpit, I hope. So your armpits are strong and your shoulders are plugged into the socket. Remember, you can bring the knees down or not. Take a breath. As you exhale, bend the elbows. And notice that my elbows are really tight to my side body. They're not out wide. Take a breath in again. And as you exhale, come all the way down. Point the toes, lengthen your legs, spread the fingers. Pick up the shoulder heads. And as you inhale, root the legs as you peel the upper body off the floor. We're going to add a little bit of a mini twist here. Breathe in. As you exhale, drop the right shoulder and look down and back towards your right toes. Inhale to center. Drop the left shoulder. Look down and back in the direction of the back of the mat, but don't over twist the neck here. Come back to center. Take a breath in. Push the ground away. And as you exhale, slowly peel the body back down. Turn your toes under. Elbows are in, shoulder heads are lifted. Make sure your hands aren't forward, your hands are back by the side ribs. Take a breath. And as you exhale, push the hands, push the feet, activate the legs, push, push. Maybe you can lift back up to chaturanga, but if not, this is a great posture right here with the belly on the ground. On your next inhale, upward facing dog, point the toes. Can you lift the legs and the pelvis? And downward facing dog. Pull back into your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take one more breath here. Exhale it out. Look forward, bend the knees. Walk your feet up between your hands. Separate the feet about hip width apart. Grab the elbows. You might bend the knees a little bit here. Make this a little bit easier for the backs of the legs. Inhale. As you exhale, fold. Just dangle. Let the head and neck be soft. Lean a little bit left. Notice how that wakes up that outer left leg. Lean into the right foot a little bit. Activating that leg. Back to center. Come back on your heels. In fact, bring your fingers to the ground and maybe see if you can lift the balls of the feet. Maybe you can lift the toes. Take a breath in. Lift, lift, lift. Stretch the calves. Exhale, bring the toes down. Lift the heels. Try to press the heels into the fronts of the ankles, strengthening those toes. And as you exhale, drop the heels, bend the knees, and we're going to roll up nice and slowly. Let your head be heavy. Your hands are heavy. Let your sacrum and your tailbone become heavy towards the ground. I'm using my legs to roll up, pushing the ground away. And as I stand, I'll bring the head back on top of the neck, the ears back on top of the shoulders. As you inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze the blades together and press them down. Bring the feet together, hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release your hands. Inhale, take the arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Pull the tummy in, fingers down. As you inhale, lift the gaze, look forward. Exhale, step back to your plank. Fingers are spread, hands are right under the shoulders. As you exhale, bend the elbows, come halfway down, or if you prefer, all the way down. Upward facing dog. So lift the legs, lift the pelvis. Your hands and feet are pressing, the heart is open. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll hold this for 3 deep breaths. Breathing 1. Breathing 2. Long Ujjayi breaths. Ujjayi meaning victorious in Sanskrit. Breathing in and out of the nose as though you are fogging a mirror with your mouth closed. More on that later. Take a deep breath in, because surely that was more than 3. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. And as you inhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold and tuck the chin. Inhale, come up. Squeeze your legs together. Tailbone down, tummy in, arms up. Exhale, hands at heart center. We'll do one more like that. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step to plank. Prepare in your plank pose. Don't be in a rush. This is a posture, not just a transition. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, come halfway down. You might find squeezing the hands towards the midline helps with your stability. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift the knees, lean the head back. Exhale, downward facing dog for 3 deep breaths, unless I decide to talk, and then it will be more. Breathing 1. Breathing 2. And 3. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or hop. Inhaling, lift the chest. Exhale and fold. As you inhale, come all the way up. Look up, right into Utkatasana. So bend the knees, sit the butt back. Keep a little hollowing feeling and action in the belly. Stretch the butt bones down, stretch the fingertips up. Take a breath in. Take a twist, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Unless you want to go in between the knees, if that's a little easier. That feels a little nicer to you this morning. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, sitting both butt bones back. As you exhale, look down. As you inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, twist the other way. Either elbow between or elbow outside the knees. Sit the bum back. Take a twist. Legs are squeezing together. Torso is long and light. As you inhale, look down. Exhale, release the twist. Inhale, Utkatasana. Belly in, bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, lift the gaze, look forward. Exhale, step just your right foot straight back behind you. Your left knee is bent 90 degrees, and we're going to pivot that back foot. Right arm is going to carry you up. Breathe in. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. So spread out through your arms. Sit down deep in your legs. Try not to lean over that left leg. Pull actively back into your right arm. The belly is just lightly held in, just a little bit. As you inhale, right arm down the back leg. Left arm reaches up and back. Breathe into those left side ribs and sit a little deeper if you dare. Breathing in and out of the nose, a soft sound emanating from the back of the throat. As you inhale, come back up. Exhale, windmill the arms. Right hand comes forward, back heel lifts. Right hand comes forward, back heel lifts, and my left leg is still bending. From here, exhale, right hand to the floor. Pick up that left arm and gaze up to the left thumb tip. So try not to get a sense of slumping into this. I want you to almost feel like you're pushing the ground away with your legs and you're reaching up toward the sky with that left arm. On your next exhale, we'll begin to straighten that left leg just enough until you feel it in that outside of that left buttock and maybe the upper leg. Two more. And take up as much space as you can here. Be big. And as you exhale, eyes down, hands frame that front foot, push off and back into downward facing dog. I'm going to take a couple nice deep breaths here. One more deep breath in. Not pausing too long there. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or hop your feet. Land as lightly as you can. Inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, your right foot's going to stay where it is. You'll step the left leg back behind you into that lunge. So the pelvis descends, the chest lifts. Take a breath. And now pivot that back foot so your toes turn in. The left heel is out. And now your left arm and the inhale are going to bring you up into a warrior two. So stretch out through the arms. Sit down in your legs. Right knee is bent 90 degrees. Make sure it's not angling in or out, but right over that knee. If you need a little break, you can straighten the leg. As you inhale, left arm down the back leg, and make sure this left leg really is firm as you reach that right arm up and away. Sit down in the legs. Breathe in and out. Stay with it. And now keeping your navel lightly drawn in. Inhale, come up. As you exhale, windmill the arms. As that left arm reaches forward, your back heel will lift. Stay focused, stay calm. One more breath. Exhale, left hand down. Right knee bends, and we twist to the right and look up to that right thumb. Make sure that this back knee is lifted and the heel is pulling toward the back of the mat. You don't want that heel to kind of cave over to the left. Keep the heel lifted, drawing toward the back of the mat. And as you exhale, begin to push the ground away, accessing all this area here in the outside of that buttock and leg. And we're breathing nice and calm and deep and focused. One more breath in. Exhale, look down. That's quite a stretch for the neck. Two hands down. Bend that front knee. Just step it back into a down dog. And right away, notice how you feel. How does all that feel? One more deep breath in. As you exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Think light. Think fun. And step or hop. Inhale, look forward. Exhale and fold. Bending the knees. Take the arms up. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale here. Lift the right heel. Pick up that right thigh. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, the hands are going to come into the heart as you push back with your right heel. Now notice I have a little bend in my supporting leg. Keep that as you extend the right leg back. It's easy to do a back bend here, so try not to. Let your thumbs lift up toward the heart center, lifting the heel and the back of the head evenly. One more breath. And as you exhale, bend that front knee more. Bring the back foot to the floor. And we're going to bend that back knee. So we're looking for about a 90-degree angle in both knees. Take a breath in. All that's going to change is your right leg and your torso are going to turn open to the right. So now we find ourselves in a goddess position. Hands on the knees, arms are straight. Take a breath in. Woo, take a breath in. Exhale, left shoulder dips. My left arm stays straight. I'm going to sit the butt back and I'm going to look over my right shoulder. Breathe in and out. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right shoulder dips. Notice that my right arm is pushing that right knee over to the right as I look to the left, and I'm sitting fairly deeply in the pose. Inhale, back up to goddess, hands to heart center. Lift that right heel. We're going to internally rotate it back to that 90-90 start position. Inhale, extending through the arms and that back leg. Ooh, that feels good. Exhale, hands down, step back to downward facing dog and just breathe. Remember, if you need to take rest, just bring your knees down, keep your toes turned under, and let the buttocks descend. It's a nice way to rest, but you're still getting a bit of a stretch in the bottoms of the feet. One more breath here. From your pose of the child or your downward facing, inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or lightly hop. Inhale, look forward. Exhale and fold. Bending the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Hold here a moment. Bring the hands to heart center. Focusing on this right leg, we're going to sit down nice and deep. Left heel gets light. Left thigh gets light up towards the chest. Take a breath. As you exhale, the thumbs are going to push the heart towards the spine. Tip chest forward. Reach left leg back. And notice that my supporting leg has a little bit of bend to it. Let your left outer thigh and hip roll down. Kneecap on that left leg faces down. Belly is in. Lifting the back heel, back of the head, take a breath. Exhale, bend the front knee more, land that back foot, and come into like a 90-90 position. So you might have to kind of readjust your stance. Front knee bending, back knee bending towards the ground. Take a breath. Left side externally rotates and opens. Toes turn out. I'm nice and deep in that goddess position. And I know my back is to you, but you're going to have to deal with that. Take a breath. Pick up that left heel. Take a breath. Pick up your right heel. Pick up both heels. Clasp all 10 fingers. Take the arms up. Descend the pelvis. Heels and hands are lifted. Take one more breath in. Bring just the right heel down. Hands to the heart. Internally rotate that left leg. 90-90 bend in the knees. As you inhale, straighten the back leg. Take the arms back and up. Inhale. And exhale, hands down. Step back. Downward facing dog. And take a deep breath in your down dog. Exhale, bring the knees to the ground. Keep your hips right above your knees. Look forward. Walk your hands forward. And begin to melt the heart towards the ground. So I'm not in the pose of the child. Heels aren't back here. Hips aren't back there. Hips are above the knees. Walk the hands forward and melt the armpits and the chest toward the floor. Now, if you're fairly flexible in the upper back, you might come up onto the fingertips. Gives you a little bit more space to press. On the end of your next exhale, tuck your tail a little bit, pull the belly in, pull the navel in, rounding your way out until you can walk your hands in, sit back, and have a seat. And just sit a moment. Notice how you feel. From here, take your right arm up, right arm over the left. I'm going to turn to face you. Take the forearms vertically, and either bring the palms together, or if you can't quite bring the palms together, bring the backs of the hands together. And this is an active press. It's almost like we're trying to pull the arms apart from one another. And you should feel that in the outer shoulders and the upper back. So keep pressing the midline. Take a breath in. And now soften that action so it's not so robust. You're still lightly pressing, but maybe not as much as before. And then let the forearms tip over to your right. And let your left ear tip to your left. And breathe. As you inhale, come back up to center and release the arms. And before we switch sides, just let your hands rest and observe what change you might feel in that right shoulder or in your state of mind or just how you feel. Left arm reaches up on the inhale. Right arm crosses under. We're going to cross high on the arms, bending the elbows and pressing palms and forearms very firmly together. Breathing in and out. And again, if you can't get palm to palm, you can still use backs of the hands pressing the midline. Take a breath in here, soften that action, that intention a little bit, and then let the arms tip left. Notice if that feels different. It definitely does for me. My left shoulder feels not nearly as open as the right. And carefully, I'll bring my right ear toward the right shoulder. And I'm breathing, and I'm really respecting my boundary here. Not wishing for more flexibility on this left side, just really accepting that my left shoulder is not as open as the right. So what? So I'm giving it some space, I'm giving it some respect, I'm giving it some breath. And as you inhale, slowly bring those back up to center and release. Hands in the lap, ears over shoulders. And when you're ready, bring your bum to your right. So releasing that seated position, bring the bum to the right and open up the knees until they are about wider than your hips. Take a breath here, turn towards that right leg, hands at heart center, sit up tall, belly in, and we're going to lean out over that right leg. And again, you're going to have to press into the ground with that right leg here. So we are stretching that right hip, but we're also using it. We're also contracting it to press against the ground. As you inhale, come back up, sweep the arms up, and we'll just take a gentle twist. Left hand, right knee. Take a twist, and if you had an image in your mind here of your shape, it would be a spiral staircase. So think about the shape of a spiral staircase and emulate it. Take a breath and release. Bring the hands back behind you, and we'll just pendulum the legs left and right and left, and we'll do that on the left side. So facing that left knee, sitting up tall, hands at heart center. Breathing in, nice length and lift. And exhale, lean over that left leg until you feel that you have to work to stay here. And if you need to use your hands, you can, but let it be a very light touch on the ground. You're really wanting that left leg and buttock to do the work here. Take another breath here, in and out, pushing strongly into the floor. And inhale, come back up, arms up. Big breath in, and we'll take a twist to the left. And that right buttock, of course, will lift as you turn to your left, but try to keep a little bit of attention, pulling the organs into the twist, allowing them to be part of the fun here, receiving benefit. And slowly release. Flip-flop the knees one more time to the right. and to the left. And now sit up nice and tall. Keep the left leg where it is. Open up that right side. Soles of the feet together. And if you need to sit up on a folded blanket or a block, feel free. Soles of the feet together. Just give your knees a little bit of a bounce. Sit up tall. Breathing in and out. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, lean forward. But this time you have the hands, so let's use them. You can hold on to the feet and you can bring the chest forward. Something to be aware of is this. If your hips are tight and when you go to lean forward, this happens. You can see that nothing is moving or happening in my hips. The only thing that's getting a stretch here is my upper back and neck, which probably doesn't need to be in this position very long. So I'd like you to sit up nice and straight, and I want you to get the action here in the hips. So one thing you might find that's helpful is sitting up, getting the pelvis higher than the feet, and then maybe then you can get a little lean forward. After a few breaths there, sitting up tall, bring the knees together and open the feet wide, about a little wider than hip width, and you've got about a 90-degree angle in your legs. Take the arms up, breathing in, and exhale, reach forward, and we'll just start here. So feet are on the ground, the arms are reaching, and I've kind of wiggled my side ribs in between my upper legs. From here, my hands will circle under my calves, wrap around the ankles, or even the outer edges of my feet. And I'm going to use my arms to pull my chest further forward towards the floor. My knees are lightly adducting in towards the midline, like they're squeezing my outer shoulders. And I am pulling with my arms. One more breath. Use your heels into the ground to slowly come back up. Scoot the bum forward. We're going to do that exact same posture, but in a different orientation. So come on onto your back. Lie down. Knees are into the chest. Then the knees are wide. 90-degree bend in each knee. Take a breath. As you exhale, lift up. Reach forward. So far, this should feel familiar. We just did this seated with the feet on the floor. Wrap the hands under the calves. Wrap around. See if you can grab the outer edges of the feet, or you can grab the ankles. Another option, just take the arms outside like this. That works too. On your next exhale, release the head down and let the arms draw your knees closer to the ground. Now, if you are fairly tight in the hips, you might not get very close to the ground. And when you use your arms to pull, you might find that your sacrum begins to roll off the ground. So see if you can find a happy medium between the two. Use the arms to pull, but as you notice your tailbone and your sacrum curling up, can you put them back down? Can you get a little bit more seated in your sacrum? Use the arms to pull. One more breath here, nice and deep, and then release. One at a time, feet to the floor, pendulum to the right, crack. Inhale to center, pendulum to the left, crack. Breathing, and come back to center. Soles of the feet together, knees are open wide, crack. Hips are very talkative today. Find a place for your arms. That might mean resting hands on the belly, or one on the belly, one on the chest. That might be loosely clasping hands overhead, elbows are bent, armpits are open. Or it might be just arms out alongside the body, whatever feels good to you. Take a breath. Hold the breath in for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Take a breath in, filling up. Hold the breath in for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. One more time. Take a breath in. Retain it for 3, 2, And 1, let it go. Gradually release the control you have on your breath. So, in other words, let your breath be. Whatever it wants, however it wants. You might find you don't need to breathe deeply. You might feel very satiated in terms of your oxygen. So don't be surprised if your breaths are few and far between here. Don't force anything on the breath, just allow it to be. So if you'd like to stay like this for the next 2 minutes, you are welcome to. If you feel a need for a softer Shavasana with less action in the pelvis, just bring the knees together, straighten out your legs. Maybe wibble wobble them in and out a couple times, really releasing any hold, any tension. And allow the body to be still. And soaking up these last moments of Shavasana. You may think it very indulgent to lay quietly resting while the world rages on around you. But in fact, it's exactly what you need to be able to face that world. You can think of your yoga practice and your Shavasana as a reset for your nervous system, allowing you to be refreshed, and focused, and calm, and ready to meet the day. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bring some movement into the hands and the feet. Take a breath here, and one at a time, bend your knees and roll onto one side. And just get comfortable on your side. Be patient. The world will wait for you another moment. And then using your hands, press into the ground and come on up to sit. Drawing yourself up to your full height. Bring palms together. Feel the heat of your hands. Feel the shape and the form of your body. And for just one last moment, feel a sense of gratitude for this physical form that you reside in. Thank you, body, for all that you do. Even with all of our limitations and injuries and all the things that we have to contend with, thank you, body. Much gratitude. Well, I hope that your yoga practice is bringing more ease into your life and more peace into your mind. Namaste.